Welcome, family, to another episode of Wake Up Africa. My name is Dr. Mumbi Saraki. How you doing? How's everything going? I really do pray that you are well in all your ways and that you're moving into living life in your own story. And you know, it's funny because as you start living life in your own story, you'll find that all the extra parts start to get filled up. You connect with your soul family, you connect with your soul friends, you end up in a community where everyone is on a similar tip and everything like that. It happens organically. Everything in this world happens from the inside out, even in our own lives, family. So if you want to change what you're seeing on the outside, transform what's happening on the inside. But those are stories for other days. You know, special shout out to our Patreon family. We appreciate, love you so much. You guys enable us to continue to bring the news to our people across the world. Definitely consider supporting the channel either through Patreon or through a love donation through PayPal. And I thought today I had to talk a bit about why is it that every movement, the one commonality in every movement that has been there about the liberation of our people has always centered around our unity, African unity. And everyone always says it's through African unity that we'll be liberated from Babylon. It's through our unity that we'll be, you know, that we will be able to set up our own, you know, one powerful, great Africa. We can't do it as individual nations, etc., etc. It seems to, it's the common theme everywhere is our unity, our unity, our unity. And it's much deeper than most of us would think, family, because our unity is about the group consciousness. You see, what happened with colonialism and slavery and all these things was they took over and hijacked our group consciousness, and so much time has been invested in erasing the group consciousness we had and in replacing it with a new group consciousness. And that's how this domination and control, and that's how literally we lost the world, because we lost the script. We lost the global script. It was no longer in the control of the melanated people. Everything was whitewashed. And so the whole reality changed because the narrative is the foundation. And you see now, in the seasons and times to come, we are going to be brought together with our soul families, let's call them that, with people who, you know, are priesthoods from ancient times. I guess this is a message for, you know, the chosen ones. Those ancient, the healers that we knew during ancient times or during previous lives. And what's happening, family, is we're going to be brought together in smaller groups. And then we will be uniting on a bigger scale, because that's how we're going to bring in the new earth, the new narrative, the real New World Order, is when we come together. And we don't even need the whole of Africa to unite, but we need a significant number who have done the work. Some say 144,000, that's why that number was put out there. You know, there's so many different, we're not sure of the numbers, family. And we can't really calculate the numbers like that, because I told you, not every person is just one person. As you rise, as you increase and expand your mind, your mind has the capacity of 10 people, 100 people, 1,000 people. And as you get into different knowledge, as you meditate, as different downloads happen, you start to hold the capacity, the mental, the narrative capacity of even an entire community or an entire nation. So when you tap into a narrative, you can shift reality. It's like those people, when they walk into a room, the energy in the room shifts. And everyone kind of looks, you know, can just feel it energetically, and will, you know, you've seen that, those people who enter and everyone's like, damn, who's that? It's that kind of vibe, family. So it's not about how many, but it's about those of us who have awakened, those of us who are on an awakening journey. We have to find a way, family, to start to really come together for real, for real. And after reaching a certain level, we have to find a way to put aside our major differences. And it shouldn't be hard, because the level I'm talking about, you're beyond the religious psychosis at this point. It may try and draw you in once in a while. You may feel that those angst and that guilt and that, you know, psychosis thinking, but you're literally out of it, or you're moving out of it. Those of us who know there's a bigger story to what we're being told. And those of us who are awakening to our gifts, who are chosen, who have returned here for such a time as this, it's like we're organically being brought together, family. And it's amazing because I moved to this small village, and it's like already I'm connecting. There's people from all over the world here, family. And just the other day, I found this guy who grows, who has an organic farm and does all these organic, naturally grown, vegetables and stuff, who delivers right to my house. I mean, it's just like I'm living that highest life. Then I found others who are kindred healers, kindred prophets, and we're all just organically being brought together. But one of the things I felt is like, as much as we will be brought together to hold the space with our soul families, to hold a certain energy, to hold a certain vibration in these times, because it's so important for us to stay leveled up, for us to stay on that high, on that expanded thinking at all times, family, because that's how we'll be able to ride the next waves of life. And survive this spiritual war that's going on. We'll know when to move to higher ground. We'll know when to shift ourselves to different places. The healing that needs to go on within us, the healing of mental narratives, the wrong thinking, the wrong indoctrination. It's a continuous process, and it's like from level to level. And so once we've established that community, which is happening organically, you don't even really have to go out looking for it. You just have to be open to it, family, and it will manifest in your life. But as much as we'll have that, I feel like we will be drawn to uniting with a wider demographic of our people so that we can bring in these manifestations. Because as I told you, family, there's a couple of messiahs here. There's a couple of ancient ones here. There's a couple of chosen ones. There's many people who are getting these downloads and these manuscripts and this ancient knowledge. And they need the group to kind of anchor it in. They're the ones they're the main anchor of that information, but they need us to come together to be able to hold that new reality, that new narrative, that new vibration, and help it to spread across the world, which is the power we have. If we just concentrate on one thing, if we were just to energetically support one of our own, we could propel those people to great levels. And recognizing it's not even about that. This is all just a big play. It's a narrative. And we don't want to be supporting actors and actresses anymore. We want to be the main act. We are being called to be the leading roles of the next dispensation, which is already here, family. And so the reason that you may be led, as much as you've set up your hideout, you've set up your off-grid home, or you are in the process of setting it up, you've moved, you're healing, you're doing your thing, the reason you may also be led to connect with the wider demographic of our people is to help to shift that group consciousness by being a part of the consciousness and then bringing in new ideas. Which is why, family, I see in the very near future having different kinds of festivals, healing festivals, awakening festivals, enlightening festivals in different parts of the motherland that will attract people from all over the world and will spread that. And they will just be anchors for their nations, and they will spread that. That's how we're going to create this new world, family. That's how we're going to create our new story. We don't have to do it with force, with guns, with bombs. We just have to create a wavelength for our people that rises everyone above, or enough of us above, that we shift reality. I was talking to an elder a couple of months ago, and he was telling me how, it was the time I went to see that seer, that Modo Mogo, whatever you want to call him. I've done a story about it, disconnecting from my immediate ancestors, etc., etc. And as we were going, the elder who was taking me there was talking about how our people overstood, understood, and understood. Now I'm talking about the Agikoyo people. about how important it was for group meditations, and how, it would literally just take one small village, the people in one small village, maybe 1,000, maybe 2,000, maybe 5,000, to come in unity for one day and meditate on the change of our nation, and that would shift the nation. So if a couple thousand people could do that to a nation of 40, 50 million people, what could we do if we become our own nation, which means we're now under the umbrella of this new narrative, and we stand together with our emerging scientists, with our emerging healers, with the knowledge that is being given to us at such a time as this, and we allow those who are being, downloaded to, if you want to put it like that, to have the stage, and we anchor them in so that we can shift this reality within our generation. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Until next time, tuko pamoja. Looking for a conscious community, or for people, who are on their awakening journey, on their transition to an off-grid living in your country, well, we have the solution, family. We're calling it Unity Communities. We get so many emails every week from people who ask if I know of people in their region, or people in their city, or people in their town who are on a similar kind of journey, who have broken away or are breaking away from the religious psychosis, and they're looking for just people who think the same way in their town, in their city. But more importantly, to give us a community where we feel understood, understood, overstood, where we can bond with people of like mind. And if you feel called to be part of this, definitely email me at drmumbi at drmumbishow.com. Please put your country in the subject line with Unity Communities. Get in touch with me, drmumbi at drmumbishow.com. Unity Communities.
Wake up!